I can't imagine life without music. I can't imagine what humanity would be like without music.
What music does is it lifts you out of your skin. And we all have these times where we've fallen in love for the first time, or we've seen the Grand Canyon for the first time, where life and time stand still. And they're very special moments, and they're really hard to recapture. But music captures them.
Every one of us were born with this sort of hot wiring system for a response to music, for a response to art. It may be different from person to person, but it's something that's innate to the human being.
The power of music has always been there. It takes over where words leave off.
Music is essential in some way, and in that way, we can feel that our role is extremely important in the world. But I'm afraid that if I started to understand how it is that what I did moved people, I wouldn't be able to do it anymore.
Within our Peabody community, we have so many different native tongues that are spoken. We have 33% of our students coming from overseas. What draws them together is this passion for music, this language which they all understand, and yet I believe has more variety than any spoken tongue.
When I went to France, I was able to really communicate with people there, even though I couldn't speak their language. I was able to speak with music to them on a very real level. And I think Peabody prepared me to be this sort of international musical ambassador, you know. And as I continue my musical studies, I'm learning how to just instantly bridge that gap, just sitting down, and all of a sudden there's a connection.
Composing our future means that we have it in our hands to become the leading conservatory in the country. The pieces are here. The quality of faculty and students are here.
Peabody is the first institution that was open to the idea of partnering with me and with the Baltimore Symphony in creating a brand new model of program for young conductors. This is highly unusual to find an institution that's willing to think outside the box. And that's how I look at Peabody in general. It's an institution that not only has this great tradition, but has a forward-looking momentum and a willingness to look to the future.
It all comes down, as far as I'm concerned, to the quality of teaching. We have first-class teachers, and what's important is to pass on the best information possible. This is why I have the respect for Peabody that I do. It passes on first-rate information.
Being involved with people at this stage of their lives is thrilling and so satisfying. People who are making this transition from basically from kids to adults, and from people who have a passion for something, but the passion which is unformed and amorphous, into people who are about to begin to become professionals. And that transformation is something that gives more satisfaction than anything else that I get in my career.
Well, I think for me, the special nature of Peabody is the students. When we see everything from Peabody Prep, graduate students, they're remarkable because they come in and they look so young. But then when they start to perform, they're all accomplished and, to me, professional in their approach and talent. And then when they all come together and perform as a group, it's exhilarating.
Just going to some of the student recitals here is akin to going to Carnegie Hall, because many of them have performed at Carnegie Hall, but here they're students trying to get their grade in their performance class, and you can come and hear them for free. The operas are terrific. I love to hear the symphony, but a lot of times we'll just come and hear a solo performer doing one of their recitals, or one of the Peabody faculty playing a recital. It's great talent.
Peabody takes each student's individual gifts and creates so much more than you expect you would ever be able to create. I came with a passion and a drive and a fuel and a fire, and the music I've been able to make in the past 4 years has gone over and beyond all of my expectations.
More than 1,000 concerts a year happen in this building, that at any given moment, somebody is in a hall somewhere making music. That's the lifeblood of what we do, and of course, we invite everybody in.
If you think about it, we're in a global search for talent, and because the borders have opened up throughout the world, we can access the best and brightest students wherever they are. In fact, we need to access those students. Because of that, Peabody needs to broaden its profile, and one of the ways that we've done that is through this unique collaboration with the National University of Singapore to create a new music conservatory, the first one in Singapore and the first one, I believe, in Southeast Asia, called the Young Suto Conservatory of Music. It gives us another way of reaching out and grabbing that wonderful talent and making those connections. And then we bring that talent back into Baltimore, and we bring our tentacles out into the community to allow the community to appreciate and enjoy and work with the Peabody in many unique ways.
There's a tremendous commitment to working in the public schools through the preparatory division. They work with even the next generations, perhaps 2 generations down. And I feel that the young people emerging from the conservatory at a graduate level really have a different kind of skill set that's going to be critical to the future of the arts.
A group of students some years ago formed something called Creative Access, where they organized themselves, asked for some help in how to present music to classrooms of students in the inner city, to hospitals and hospices. It's one of our most vibrant programs, and it's regularly taking our students out to help them convey the power of music to different communities. Another student, a composing student named Kevin Clark, decided he wanted to teach about the power of composing. And he went to the neighboring St. Ignatius School and started a project they called Junior Bach.
We wanted to come up with a music education program that would do something meaningful, with something to do for the community that would have a real effect.
He brought his composing colleagues along. They gave an entire year group in the middle school free lessons for a semester, taught them how to compose, helped them notate the pieces. Then they brought them right back here to Peabody, got their colleagues to play the pieces and record them on CD, and this transformed those students' lives.
There's a lot of skepticism in the field about whether or not students this young can be trusted to do this sort of work. The trick to getting young people to do amazing things is letting them. That's really it. All we do is go in and supply the technical skills that they didn't have, and what they do have, talent, becomes incredibly obvious.
The significance of this moment in time is we've had 150 years of great history. Some of the most distinguished musicians out there are our graduates. But I don't want our finest years to have been in our past either. I use our 150-year past as a kind of touchstone to remind me of just how hard we need to work to continue into the next 150, to remain at the top. Come to Peabody and experience the power of creativity. Be inspired by it. Take a bit of it from Peabody back into your own life, back into your own job, and see how far it inspires you.